To have our headphones ready to export for Blender, the first thing that we need to do is make sure that the model is the only thing in our scene. Let's go to Layers and check out, for example, our ink and our colorways layers are turned completely off visibility and are also locked. If we go to our model, we'll notice everything is unlocked and on high visibility. That way, when we import this into Blender, our headphones are the only thing in the scene. You'll also notice that I've changed the color to every single part of our model. This will enable me to apply a specific material to each and every color. That way, I have no confusion between the parts. I'll show you how to do that later in Blender. I got this finish by going to my color wheel and selecting Toon Material. The last pieces of geometry we need to edit before we bring our headphones into Blender and KeyShot are the yellow shells on the outside. Here, if we decrease the weight of this point, we can see a stair-stepping effect beginning to take place. 1, 2, 3. This will show up in Gravity Sketch and in Blender, so it's important to pay attention and design around that. To compensate, I'll make my form more geometric. Once I have that where I want it, I also had to go up to this headband. Go to Surface, use Simplified, and make a new headband, just like that. After I finished that, I went in to Edit, and I made it symmetrical on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted this one in the middle because this is the mirror, so there's 4 on either side. I did this freehand, and the reason I did this is so that I don't get a weird material split on my piece of leather that I'm going to put on the top. When you have mirrored imagery, sometimes you'll get a weird split in KeyShot and in Blender, so this prevents that from happening. Now to export our headphones, what we're going to do is go to our blue menu button and go to Save. Here, we'll go to the export icon. We're going to export as an OBJ. We're going to use meters. This will import the entire scale of these headphones inside of the cube that you can originally see when you open Blender. The up axis will be Y, the mirror plane will be YZ. We'll set this to split, double-sided, and export as rendered. We can save it to our landing pad, the cloud, by going to the right on this toggle, or save on local by being on the left side. Save on local is your PC. So now that we're ready, we're going to press the blue check mark, and we're ready to jump into Blender. Now that we've opened Blender, if this is your first time using the software, you're typically greeted with this menu. You can either go through it or press Escape to get rid of it. Now you'll notice you have a camera, a light, and a cube. The first thing that we're going to do is go to File, Import, Wavefront OBJ. We're going to find our file. Import OBJ. And because we imported it in the scale that we did, meters, it fits inside of this cube. If we had chosen a different scale, the headphones would be much larger. So, to get rid of this cube, all we have to do is left click and press delete on the keyboard. Now that we've got to this point, if we want to move around, we can zoom in with the middle mouse wheel. We can hold shift and click the middle mouse wheel to pan, or just click the middle mouse wheel and press nothing on the keyboard in order to move like this to orbit. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to select in the scene collection over here, we're going to select the name of the file. We're going to go to Object Mode, go to Edit Mode, and now that we're in Edit Mode, in order to select a different material for each color that we have, what we're going to do is press P. This is Separate, and we're going to do it by material. we can go back to object mode and click off. And now we can go through and see that the model is divided by color. We can rename by double clicking. So let's see. Let's call this shell. Double click, enter. And it will organize this alphabetically.